Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Speedrun Ragnarok 2023. This is going to be our last game of the evening, but just a reminder, we will be back tomorrow morning around 8:45 in the morning, Eastern Time, with Sherlock Holmes, the Kidnapped Countess, and a whole bunch of amazing new prizes. So I'm going to hand it back to Ozmourn with Viewfinder. Take it away.
Hello everyone. Once again, my name is Ozmourn. If you saw the two games that I was on, that I was playing on the schedule, chances are you're here for this one because this one was a huge game that blew up in July of this year. A nice indie game. It's a first-person puzzle platformer. A bit of a different vibe than Liminal Ranger, but same genre-ish. And so we're going to just jump right into the run and I'll explain everything there is to explain. And if you've never seen this game before, you're in for a treat. So with that being said, timing will begin when I load into the first level. So I'll try my best like time exactly when the countdown is, but you will see that time will begin in, let's say, 3, 2, 1 now. Okay, yeah. All right, so Viewfinder, excuse me, thank you. Viewfinder is a wonderful first-person puzzle platform made by Thunderful Studios. And the very first thing that we're seeing is that we can grab images and we can turn them into real objects. You can literally physically like paste them into the environment, and anything in the image becomes real. And we use that to our advantage sometimes. For example, right there, we turned the image, and we were able to see like any object in the image that turns real can just fall down. For example, that battery that we just used to charge this charging pad to activate the teleporter, like so, perfect, like that. And so that's actually a trick you're going to be seeing me use a lot, because a lot of the teleporters to exit a level require you to like activate a charging pad, and so the mechanic of like using batteries and charging pads is pretty frequent throughout this run. We're going to do a nice little skip here by creating a bridge and using it as a ramp up here instead of doing the level as intended. Right here, every time you see me paste an object into the environment, you're going to see me jump like that, because typically when you raise up a picture to paste it into the environment, you will your movement speed will slow down. And you also don't want to make sure that you paste the photos in a specific spot, because if you like cut a battery in half, it won't work to charge the charging pad, and the portal won't activate. We're gonna paste this photo 4 times, and then the simulation will break, because surprise, surprise, we are in fact in a simulation. And so we're gonna do the absolutely beautiful IT solution of turning the simulation off and then turning it back on again, like so. Beautiful. This is the real world. It's not very pretty, but that's why we're in the simulation. There's a whole story behind this game. I won't get too into it during the run, obviously, because we need to focus on tricks and stuff, but it's a nice lore. And so that's another reason why I think you should probably go pick up this game. It's around $20 on Steam, so I highly recommend it. So right here, we're going to, as soon as there's a loading icon, we're going to exit and then just spam enter to go back here, because it spawns us right next to the portal, which can save some time, save some walking, so free time save right then and there. This next level, since we fixed the simulation, we can just do as normal, where 2 paintings or 2 photos is enough to get enough height and enough distance to get to the end of the level and then interact with the portal. So this next level, there's not a lot to it in the speedrun. It's mostly just falling. You're going to see me fall a lot instead of walking, because that's just faster. But it's the level that I also like to say the devs are just flexing on us, because you can see that the mechanic applies to all kinds of photos, not just like photorealistic photos, but like paintings and stuff like that. Anything that's in here can just turn into a real object, like so, including this child's drawing, like that. And this digital image of a castle. So that's just the devs trying to have fun and flex on us, because it's a really nice game. It's a really nice mechanic, and so have a nice shock factor there. We're gonna jump over here, and we're gonna do the last level of World 1, or Hub 1, I should say, in which we're introduced to a new mechanic known as the photocopiers. The photocopiers, as of course they work in real life, they're gonna photocopy images, and so you can use that a lot to your advantage. And you want to photocopy as little as you need, because the photocopying just takes a long time to do. Right here, you saw that I turned that image upside down, and I used like the bottom part of the image that you aren't really supposed to like touch casually as a ramp to get to the final teleporter. Because that's just faster than the intent solution, which is like you have to orient it and then walk up a bunch of stairs to get to the teleporter. It's like not really worth it. So right here, this is Kate the cat. Kate the cat is an artificial intelligence that exists only within the simulation, and he will be our guide for the rest of the game. I have audio turned off so you won't hear him, but he has a wonderful voice. Soon right here, I'm actually going to try and clip out of the tram that we're in right now. It's called Tram Clip. If you manage to clip out before loading into the next world, you actually are able to pretty much skip the tram ride, part of the tram ride. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Hopefully, I can do it when we go from like Hub 2 to Hub 3, and right there, I was just able to do the backup, which is just quitting to main menu as soon as the next area is loaded in, because it'll spawn you right at a specific load point in the level after the tram ride has already been over. Here is a illusion level. If you've played the game Superliminal, this mechanic is very similar to a specific mechanic in that game, which is another game that I speedrun, ironically. And so right here, in this level, we're going to grab an image right here. We're going to paste into the environment. We wanted to get rid of that entire wall on the left side. If even part of that wall is visible, it won't work. This lineup will not work because you need to line yourself up right here so that this image will turn into the final teleporter. And if any part of the wall exists, like it just won't be, you won't be able to line yourself up. This next level is really nice movement. We're going to be turning on these levers to create RGB lights that will line ourselves up with, and it'll turn into a full image. We're going to take this card and we're going to tear down this wall. Excuse me, please. There we go. Perfect. That was a bit finicky, but we had it. And now we're going to line ourselves up here and create those lights into an image, and that'll lead us out of this teleporter. All right. So this next level in Hub 2 is going to introduce us to another nice mechanic called the standing cameras. But first, we're going to be doing a nice skip here. You can do this at home. It's that easy. Skipping most of the puzzle. So these standing cameras will take a picture of anything that is within their field of view. And so you can take these photos, you can orient them in specific ways. And you saw in the oh, actually, no, I want to take a picture and then put it down. Perfect. I'm gonna line that up a little bit better. And one thing to note about that you saw in the previous level. First off, we're going to take a picture of this battery by throwing it over and doing it like so. I'm actually going to line that up again because it was a little bit finicky. We're going to that way so that doesn't fall off. No! Please. Okay, we need to try this again. Because the battery cannot just fall off like that. I'm actually going to play it safe and just place the battery down. Perfect. Did that pick up? Yes, it should have. Perfect. So we're going to take this battery and then we're going to take the image that we just took of the battery to duplicate the battery and have it land on the sensors, because the sensor needs 2 batteries to open the portal. And so we're going to take this image, break down this wall, take an image of the standing camera, paste it over here, and use the image of the standing camera to create another standing camera to take a picture of the teleporter, and then we're going to leave in the picture of the teleporter. Did that make sense? I hope it did. And you can saw that you don't need to use the original teleporter. You can use an image of the teleporter, and one thing about the teleporter is that it needs to be upright. It cannot be upside down. If it's too tilted, it won't work. It needs to be upright for you to activate it and leave the level. We're gonna paste this right here, grab the battery from it, and then we're gonna have another battery land right there, and we're gonna be doing this thing called juggling. It's literally what it sounds like. We're gonna juggle the batteries. Ideally, you want the batteries to like push each other. Not that much, but you get the idea. They can land directly on the sensors here at the end. A nice jump here. Let's try that again. A nice jump here. Perfect. We're going to take this image, and we're going to paste it right here. Hopefully that works. Nope, actually, we want to paste it right here. Works. Wonderful. And we're going to take this battery, put it on the sensor, take an image of the battery, and have the battery within this photo just fall on the sensor, like so, and then leave. Ooh, I heard it land on the sensor, but it didn't really stay. There we go. Alright, now we're going to finish up Hub 2 and move on to Hub 3. Let's see if we can try to get tram skip this time. This one I feel like it's a little bit easier than the first one. And so we want to line ourselves up at a specific spot right here, and as soon as that second column passes, now we can just go to the corner, boom, we're going to clip out. So as soon as the tram leaves and loads into the next area, it's going to listen to this loading screen, and then it loads into the next area, which will put us back into the center of the map, which is these designated like void out spawn points. So if you void out of the level, you can just be spawned right then and there. And so that's why tram skip saves a lot of time in a lot of transitions between hub worlds. But you can also see that tram skip has a little bit of weird effects in the sense that the tram is right there in the level for some reason. I don't know why. So right here, originally in like earlier patches of this game, you would have to like wait for a cutscene to play out before you can finish using this next mechanic that we're about to introduce. The mechanic being the camera, so you can freely take pictures wherever. But instead, we're gonna go pick up the camera, pick it up, rewind, and pick it up again, so that we can immediately use it, and we do not have to wait for the cutscene to finish. Place that there. Take a picture again, and boom, perfect. Hub 3, I see a lot of interesting levels, a lot of satisfying movement, and a lot of really good skips, like so. We're going to take this image right up against the wall and then fall down, and the momentum will allow us to clip through the wall. And then as we're falling, take a picture of the teleporter, and then fall right in front of it to leave the level. Take a picture of the teleporter over here, look down, so that we have a little bit of a tilted teleporter, and then activate it. Take a picture of these stairs, and then use those stairs to go up here. Perfect. Take a picture of the teleporter up here and then fall down. Perfect. And then this last room has a pretty nice shot. We're gonna take a picture of the teleporter and the sensor that's on it. We're gonna have that battery fall on the sensor, and because it needs to, we're gonna take a picture of the battery and then have that fall on the sensor. Perfect. Now we're going to go into the next level, level 3, which has some interesting strats as well. First and foremost, we're going to take a picture of this arch, and then we're going to use it to get rid of this wall right here. We're going to line it up in a very specific spot that also gets rid of a wall later, so that we can just walk through here and grab more film for our camera to allow us to take another photo of the teleporter, turn it upright, and leave level. We're going to take a picture of this battery, and we're going to use it as a bridge right here between both sides of the map. And then we're going to try and juggle here. Ooh! Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Unfortunate that happened, but we're going to try that again. Sometimes juggling goes in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. Perfect. That's what you want. And the level right there. hopefully the batteries in this level also cooperate with us. We're going to place this battery right here. We're going to take a picture of... Oh, nope. Never mind. Come on. Thank you. We're going to place this battery right here. Take a picture of the battery, the teleporter, and the sensor all at the same time. And then now we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And place both batteries and the sensor at the end so that we can leave the level. So right here, we're going to take a picture of the lever and the teleporter. You want to make sure they're both in frame. And then Kate is going to pop up on here. We're going to use Kate's head to... excuse me. Come on. We're going to use Kate's head to gain a little bit more height to activate this lever. Perfect. We're going to back up, activate this lever, and then back up so that we can take a picture of the lever and the teleporter. And you want to make sure that the entire connection between the two is present, like so, because otherwise it will not work. You want to turn on this lever because you barely have enough room to grab it as you're jumping down. And then fall over here. And we're going to do the exact same thing in this level. We're going to turn that lever as we're falling down, and then take a picture of the teleporter, and fall into the teleporter, and then leave the level. Now we're going to get introduced to another mechanic in this next level right here. We're going to take a picture of this guy, and we're going to introduce the mechanic of the timers. We're going to land on this pad to activate the timer, and so you don't have to like consistently be on the pad in order to keep the timer activated or anything like that. The timer right here, the connection is broken. The timer will start counting down, and you have until the timer counts down to exit the level. So I'm going to turn this over, stand on this pad, take a picture of the timer connected to the teleporter, turn it over, and then boom. This is another level that has interesting. We're going to land on this. As the timer is counting down, we're going to take a picture of the timer and the teleporter as we're falling, and then go enter it right then and there. We're going to take a picture, wait for the timer to activate, and then as you're falling, take a picture of the timer and the teleporter, and then exit the level. This next level is just an illusion-based level. There's a nice trick that I'm going to show off, but until we get to there, if RPG Chick wants to say anything else, she can right now.
I'm more curious that if you're playing this game casually, because this is a really trippy run, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. How intuitive is this game for somebody playing casually for the first time?
Oh, I would say it's very intuitive. You get used to the mechanics pretty quickly. It is something that surprises you obviously at first, but I would say that it's like a really approachable game for beginners and for casuals as well. It's a very unique one of its genre, and it's something that I highly recommend picking up. It's very nice and very intuitive in its mechanics. And speaking of the glitch that I was going to show off right here, you can see that this, if you walk close to this battery, it turns solid. We're going to try and do a glitch where you have to rewind. Oh, there we go. If you rewind and then let go of the rewind on the same frame that the battery turns from like a painting back to a solid object, if you walk forward towards it, it will stay a solid object if you walk towards it again. It feels very frame perfect. I don't know if it is exactly frame perfect, but it feels like it is. So for all intents and purposes, I might as well say that it is. I just don't know if it's literally frame perfect, but it's very precise. We're going to try and do tram skip again. Oh, we got it. Perfect. I never know where to line myself up for this one. All right, well, now we get to go into World 4. World 4 introduces another really cool mechanic, known as the void architecture, or like the purple architecture, as the game just describes it very simply, where anything that's like have this bluish purplish tint to it, it will not appear in your camera, and it can also not be destroyed by anything, by any image. Hold up. There we go. Perfect. Excuse me. There we go. I want to make sure that that battery lands in the sensor. So you can see that nothing that is bluish purple will show up in your camera. Right here, we're going to do a glitch known as chair infinite jump, where we're going to be jumping over here and then rewinding and sitting in this chair at the same time. As soon as we look down, let go, rewind, exit the chair, and then, oh, unfortunately I didn't get the time on that jump right. We're gonna try that again. So I just move my camera now as a visual cue. As soon as you do that, exit the chair and then spam jump, you get an extra jump in midair. As soon as you the game teleports you back to where the rewind ended. So right here, we're gonna take a picture of the final teleporter through all that architecture, since it won't show up in our camera. And now what we're gonna do here is we're going to do something called mug launch, where we have to, okay, essentially when you move into this mug, if you line yourself up correctly, the mug will launch you upwards, because physics in this game is really weird. You want to line yourself out at a specific spot, like so. Line yourself right here, and then just perfect, like that. That's what you want to see. And we're gonna grab more film, take a picture of this last platform. Perfect. Ooh, oh, okay. I thought that wasn't gonna be enough. I thought that was too high up. Then we're gonna do the next level. Take a picture of the battery through this wall. Have it land right here. And then have the battery land here again. We're gonna take a picture of this teleporter. Have it right here so that the blue battery falls on the sensor. Take a picture of this lever through the wall. Activate the lever and then exit the level. And then take a picture of the teleporter and the sensor. And then have it right here so that the battery falls through it and onto the sensor. And then boom. We're gonna do a little bit of cheeky movement here to like skip having to climb up these stairs. And now we're gonna introduce to another nice mechanic known as boom boxes, or more specifically just sound. We're going to see that the boom boxes will activate any sensors that can pick up sound within a specific range, and that's what we're going to be seeing here. Ooh, unfortunately, wait, let me move this just a bit more forward. Okay, there we go. These sensors will activate those RGB lights, which you can line up to create a full image. We're going to turn on this speaker with a lever, take a picture of it, and then have the speaker activate this sensor right there. It'll activate the final portal. We're going to turn this lever, and we're going to paste this picture as far away as we can from like the sound wave of the speaker. As you can see, there's like a limited range to it because you only want to use 2 images if you can. We're going to take a picture of this speaker right here, bring it closer to this sensor, because this timer is really fast. You can already see countdown. Or grab this image, and we're going to paste it right here, just barely within range of the speaker. Take a picture of the timer with the speaker, and then line it up right here so that it activates this last sensor and teleporter. In this last level, we're going to turn the image before we photocopy it. Use this image, and then use the image that we turned to line ourselves up like so, along, hold up, at the top of this portal, excuse me, teleporter. There's more to this level than what I have to do right here, but the fastest strat is actually, oh my god, I want to be far back, but clearly I'm sometimes too far back to the point where I will fall off. Excuse me. There we go. I'm gonna try this right here. Hopefully that works. Oh, my portal's not intact. We're gonna try this again. Maybe it's too... Alright, let's see if that works. Okay. There we go, come on. There we go, perfect. So as soon as the speaker activates, you want to immediately walk forward and then spam E, so that you can interact with the portal, because otherwise, like the portal will like instantly turn off the moment you step off the pad and the speaker turns off. So right here is another level that is required, but it's just the devs flexing. We're going to see me walk through a bunch of filters that'll change the environment and the way we interact with it, but there's not much to say in terms of like tech. So if RPG Chick wants to say some more things, you can now.
Okay. So, just reminding you folks that the Valkyries offer a cozy place for speedrunners of all kinds of games to chat and share stories and strategies, whether you're a novice, an expert, or even simply a speedrunning enthusiast. You can find a comfy home. With us, again, all you have to do is type Discord in the chat for a link. Also, words are hard tonight.
Words are in fact hard. You can see right here that like there are certain environmental aspects that are only possible through filters. If I'm not on the same filter as something, it won't it'll just stay there. You'd have to be on the same filter as like a specific aspect of the environment to get rid of it. So we're gonna walk through here, and we're actually gonna skip going through this red filter. Instead, we're gonna go through the blue filter, and we're gonna activate this timer for the final portal. And we have a specific movement because this timer is really tight. That if you mess up even once, you might as well just start it over. Oh well, you see, that's the movement. That's what we didn't want to mess up, and yet we did. Let's try it again. Perfect. Nope, nope, nope. Again, if at any point you mess this up, you might as well just start over. Because it's super tight movement. Please? Okay, that should work. There we go, perfect. Like you have like less than half a second of like leeway there. It's really tight. This next level is just a lore level that is required. You want to turn this lever, and then immediately you look at the weather machine. This is a weather machine that was built by one of the scientists that was experimenting in the simulation. But this animation won't play out unless you look at the weather machine. Like you physically need to look at it. And a lot of runners learn that the hard way. And so I guess lore update. This simulation that we're in is a way for 4 scientists to all experiment on things, and we were looking for a specific experiment by a scientist named Mirren, which was the weather machine, but we find out the weather machine doesn't work. And so at some point, all 4 scientists abandoned simulation, and we're going to see World 5, which is just an amalgamation of the work that was left behind by all of them. We're not going to do tram skip this time. The only reason being because if you void out, it has a different like spawn point than if you were to like exit level and then re-enter the game. Like voiding out would have landed you on the first floor, but resetting checkpoint lands you on the second floor closer to the teleport. All right, in this next level, we're going to introduce to another really cool mechanic. Well, let's try it again. We're going to have the bit upwards. There we go. We want to jump over here. Come on. Here. And we're going to line ourselves up right here. Be slightly apart from, excuse me. There you go. And move forward. You see that black fuzzy image? That is actually us in the photo, because we are introduced to the mechanic of teleporting ourselves and taking pictures of ourselves. So you can see we're going to line ourselves up right here. Perfect. And then activate this photo again. Teleport ourselves into the cage. Look this way. And teleport ourselves back out of the cage. When you take a picture of yourself and then you paste the image, it will also paste you in like whatever orientation you were facing. So we're going to use that to our advantage right here by looking forward in this way, a bit to the right. And then we're going to look to directly over to the left over here. And then we're going to already be facing this battery, and then already be facing the battery again when we exit. We're going to activate this here, and just drop it right before it takes the photo, so that it just lands. Ooh, it accidentally cut off the battery, and so we're going to try that again. Maybe back up a little bit. That should work. Alright, yeah, it is shockingly still enough. There is a puzzle in this level, but we don't need to do it. We can just do this. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. this level has a really nice strat where we're going to take a picture of ourselves twice, actually. And as soon as you take both pictures, quickly and very quickly teleport yourself upwards twice to get just enough height to skip the actual puzzle and just immediately activate the last portal. Okay, so in this level, we are introduced to another mechanic known as the void camera. It creates a void of anything you take a picture of. It's very jarring and almost jump scares you the first time that you see it. It jump scared me, I know that much. We're going to grab this guy, and we're going to place him right here. Perfect. We're going to take a picture of the sensor and the teleporter through the wall right here. Paste it over here, and then paste this guy upside down so that the battery will fall on the sensor. Or ideally, it should fall on the sensor. Unfortunately, we're just going to put it on ourselves. Through this wall is another wall. We're going to take a picture of that wall and use it as a platform instead. I don't know if the way back on this is going to work. It did. Perfect. We're going to place this battery on the sensor to activate this last portal. Then we're going to go into the second to last level. This one is kind of complicated. What we're going to be doing is we're going to take a picture of this standing camera, face it this way, have it face towards that battery. As soon as it takes a picture of the battery, we're also going to take a picture of the battery, and it's going to take a picture of us. And so we're going to paste this here, paste it over here. So now there's two batteries, both falling down, and we've teleported ourselves out of the cage. Right, and in this level, we're going to take a picture of half of this platform, activate this camera, use this, and face this way. As soon as it takes a picture, we're going to turn back. You can see that we have quite a bit of distance here if we just stay on the sensor and then immediately use the picture that we just teleport. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to go into the last level of the game. It is a timed level, and it is a huge buildup of all the mechanics that we've seen so far. So, the very first thing we're going to do is take a picture of this guy right here, use it as a platform. Stop and take a picture of this building. Pull this lever. Grab this image. Change back to the camera. Take a picture of this platform right here. Pull this lever. Use the image that we just took to way around this section. Switch to the camera again. And we're going to take a picture of the boombox over here, because we're going to need it for later. Switch to the camera. Take a picture of the photocopier on the other side of this wall. Take a picture of the battery beneath us. Photocopy it because we need two batteries. Perfect. We're going to switch back to the camera over here. As we're jumping this corner, we're going to take a picture of this platform. Perfect. Pull this lever. Take a picture of ourselves. Then teleport to the other side of this wall. Here, switch over to the image that we took over here at the beginning of the level. And then use the boombox to activate this speaker over here. And then pull the lever to finish the level. Alright, so that's pretty much the run. Timing hasn't ended yet. But it will end after this cutscene plays. And then we have a little bit more gameplay. And then that'll be time. But yeah, that's pretty much like all of the run. It's just a little bit of walking left to do. But I highly recommend checking it out. It was a nice community that blew up around the middle of this year. And so it's a really nice speed game. There's also 100%, so different categories we'll check out. It's a really wonderful community that kind of optimizes this game shockingly fast. And so if you're looking for a nice speed game that I would argue is more beginner friendly than a lot of the other stuff that I run, I would check this out. Now we got to say goodbye to Kate. Goodbye, Kate. Unfortunately, Kate can't come with us because Kate only exists in the simulation, and we do have to go back to the real world. So now we're gonna come over here. As soon as I pick up this plant, I'm gonna walk into the tree, and it's gonna fade to black. And once it fades to black, that'll be time. So timing will end in 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Perfect. So, this is a nice cutscene here at the end because you saw that we picked up a plant. We were still in the simulation, and we left the simulation. We somehow brought an item that only existed in the simulation over into the real world. So, plans for another game, who knows? But it's a nice twist ending here. But we're able to, well, you can theorize about what the ending is about based on, the state of the world and the real world right here in the game. But yeah, that is Viewfinder any percent. I highly recommend buying this game on Steam. It is also on PlayStation 5. We do have console leaderboards. I don't think it's on any other store. Like, I don't think it's on GOG or Epic Games, so it is a Steam exclusive. It is around $20 or $25, and unfortunately, it's not on any other consoles yet. There is plans to make them available on other consoles, but currently it is just on Steam for PC, and it is on PS5 for consoles, PS5 and PS4. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the games that I showed off today. And if you're interested in having new games to check out, new puzzles to solve, and new speed games to have, I highly recommend this one, and Liminal Ranger as well. And I'm more than happy to help you out. You can DM me on Discord, on Twitter, whatever. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Ozmourn. I stream very, very occasionally, but sometimes I do, so I highly recommend following me there if you want to check out some stuff that I occasionally do. But I'm most active on Twitter. I'm Ozmourn on there. I'm Ozmourn on pretty much every social media platform you can imagine, but I'm really only active on Twitter and Twitch. So, with that being said, I think that's all from me. Again, shoutouts to the RPG Valkyries for being so kind as to love my runs enough to keep accepting them into your marathons, because I really like running for you guys. And I hope y'all enjoyed my runs. And thank you for having me close out the second day of the thon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the thon.
Thank you so much, Ozmourn. And as he said, that is going to end it for us on this Monday evening. Although, I guess, depending on what time zone you are, it's technically Tuesday morning. But that's okay, because, like I said, we will be back at around 8:45-ish tomorrow morning, or this morning, depending on where you are, with Sherlock Holmes, the Kidnapped Countess. We have the whole rest of the week, all the way through Saturday evening of runs still to come. So please come back and join us tomorrow. We look forward to having you back. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your evening and have a fantastic night.